I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host, Sonny Hostin, has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury?
Sonny Hostin is facing a full-blown crisis, one that could leave her financially wrecked. Things have taken a shocking turn. Her husband? He's been taken into custody in a massive $450 million RICO fraud case. It's absolutely stunning. How did things unravel so quickly for a couple that once seemed unstoppable and dazzling? The drama is only beginning to unfold. This disaster runs deeper than anyone imagined.
Yeah, you're married. Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. But let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures. And look at her track record. How many times has she had to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology for all the stuff that she said on the show? And then she also, on Trump's win, calling the loss because of uneducated white women that Trump won.
We have to know that. This is accused.
All accused. Yeah, all accused. But he's in the RICO. This is a big RICO case that her husband's in there.
Sonny Hostin likely assumed her most intense moments would come from fiery political debates on The View. But now, that show looks like a lighthearted distraction compared to the real-life chaos she's facing. When even The View feels tame next to this scandal, you know it's serious. This time, it's not her bold takes grabbing attention. It's her husband, the orthopedic surgeon whose questionable dealings could pull both of them into a whirlwind of legal turmoil and potentially leave them financially devastated.
Orthopedic surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sonny Hostin is accused in December lawsuit fraudulently billing insurance. By the way, this is a Daily Caller story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Wow. Hostin's attorney, Daniel Twites, denies the allegations, calling the lawsuit a meritless attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier to intimidate doctors and restrict healthcare benefits. The case involves claims that Hostin performs unnecessary surgeries on patients after minor accidents without exploring less invasive treatments, with American Transit citing New York's 1974 no-fault law as contributing to widespread insurance fraud.
Imagine starting your day thinking about surgeries and schedules, only to find yourself caught in the middle of a $450 million racketeering nightmare. Terrifying. When your husband stands accused of masterminding one of the largest insurance fraud schemes in the nation, and you've spent years delivering moral sermons on The View, that pedestal of virtue is about to collapse under the weight of scandal and crushing debt. What a shocking turn of events.
The View co-host Sonny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page 6, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries.
Here comes the bombshell. Dr. Host is now at the center of explosive accusations, allegedly taking kickbacks for surgeries that patients might not have even needed. Knees, shoulders. If it brought in cash, it was fair game. And who ended up footing the bill? Insurance companies, shelling out money for procedures that possibly never took place. It's a shocking betrayal. You thought I was helping your knee? No, darling, I was padding my pockets.
You always say it's always the people that always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York, you guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the kickbacks.
And just when it seemed like things couldn't spiral any further, boom! The drama intensifies. While Dr. Host might be swimming in shady millions, Sunny's clinging to her polished view persona like it's a lifeline. You'd think she'd come out swinging with a plan, but no. Her reaction? A soft shrug and a silent prayer that no one brings it up. It's almost like she believes courtroom chaos will magically vanish while she perfects her wide-eyed look for the cameras. But let's get real. If Sunny believed this scandal would stay hush-hush, she's living in a fantasy. When your husband's name splashes across headlines in one of New York's biggest racketeering cases, silence won't save you. No amount of dodging with "I can't talk about that" is going to make this storm disappear. Now pause and really let the madness sink in. We've seen more political scandals than we can count, but this one? It's on another level. We're not talking policy blunders. We're deep in a sea of insurance fraud, ghost surgeries, and a husband accused of secretly running a medical crime empire.
Guys, this is why we need to seriously have a long, lengthy conversation about healthcare in the United States of America. This is basically it. So Sunny Hostin's husband was basically charged with insurance fraud. What he was doing was doing like fraudulent surgeries and then overcharging the insurance companies for him. This is what this is. So now, of course, he's now being named along with about 200 other individuals in a federal RICO charge case, guys.
Forget The Godfather. This is Grey's Anatomy with a criminal twist, where the surgeons moonlight as mob bosses. It's easy to point fingers at the insurance companies, but let's not crown them as heroes. Oh, you need surgery to survive? Here's a denial and a good luck. But accuse them of fraud? Suddenly, they unleash a legal team so slick they could sell snow in a blizzard. Still, in this jaw-dropping scandal, the insurance giants aren't the villains. They're the victims of a greedy doctor's master plan. Can we just take a breath and absorb how outrageous that is? And of course, no Sunny Hostin drama would be complete without The View stealing some of the spotlight. The irony cuts deeper than any scalpel. Sunny, once the bold voice demanding justice, is now under the same intense scrutiny she's famous for unleashing on others. Meanwhile, her husband is just one of a staggering 180 defendants in a colossal lawsuit, accused of scamming insurance companies out of millions. Money that, imagine this, could have actually gone to real patients in need.
I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host Sunny Hostin has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud. And I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury? Roll it, Nick.
You know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband.
But Sunny, she's zipped up tight, staying silent while clutching onto that carefully crafted image of elegance. Meanwhile, she's sinking fast into the chaos swirling all around her. You've heard, when it rains, it pours. This isn't just a drizzle. It's an unstoppable monsoon of pure madness. As Sunny sits comfortably on The View, sipping coffee and handing out opinions, her husband is allegedly bleeding insurance companies dry. Fake procedures, shady payoffs, and cash flowing like he's living in a crime drama. Except this isn't fiction. It's frighteningly real. And no, this mess isn't just about Dr. Host, because that would be way too easy. This lawsuit is a tangled web of deceit. We're talking a whole network of doctors, questionable clinics, and even hospitals mixed up in the madness. It's like the mob ditched the getaway vans and went full throttle into medical scams. The company leading the charge, American Transit Insurance, claims they were tricked into paying millions for operations that were either completely unnecessary or flat-out fake. And now, they want every last cent back. But don't blink. This scandal is about to spiral even further out of control.
Extra, last week, we learned that Sonny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, was named in a lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance Company. He's one of 200 people named in this lawsuit, and they are accusing him of filing fraudulent insurance claims and also getting kickbacks from them. And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history. And they're seeking $450 million. And Sonny and her husband, they are fighting back. They've hired legal eagle Mark Garagos to help them fight this case. And they're claiming that this is completely baseless.
Reports reveal that Dr. Host's lawyer is doubling down, shrugging off the lawsuit like it's just a last-ditch stunt by a failing company. Classic defense strategy. Get caught in the act, then flip the blame. You're calling my client a fraud? Maybe it's you who's playing dirty. It's an old move from the courtroom playbook, and watching it play out is like its own drama-filled episode. And Sonny? She's gone oddly silent, eerily silent. For someone who's never shied away from fiery debates on The View, her quietness now is almost chilling. This is the same woman who's taken on politicians and internet trolls without flinching. But now, she hasn't uttered a single word about the shocking allegations against her husband. Is she trying to play the not my mess card? Or crossing her fingers that this storm will just fade away before it takes down her image? It's tough to tell, but come on, did she really think this wouldn't explode across headlines? It's like watching a soap opera lead try to deny the scandal. Only this time, the plot twist isn't a secret kiss. It's a full-scale illegal surgery ring. You can practically feel the tension building, because the moment of truth is coming fast, and it's going to be brutal.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, you know, Manny is younger, and he's
How
very...
much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he?
Like a month or a year or 10 years?
5 years.
It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me. I think.
Oh, no.
I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out.
Right.
He does the heavy stuff.
Let's be honest. This isn't just some juicy scandal. It's a full-blown billion-dollar catastrophe waiting to erupt. We might be witnessing one of the biggest medical fraud cases in history. And it's not just Dr. Host under fire. This thing stretches wide and deep. Shady doctors, suspect hospitals, exploited insurance companies, and innocent patients all tangled in a corrupt nightmare. It's like a blockbuster heist film, but instead of robbing vaults, they were siphoning money from health insurance. And if the accusations are true, this whole saga is a brutal spotlight on just how broken the healthcare system really is, where chasing profits comes before caring for people and greed calls the shots. Is this the kind of world Sonny Hostin stands behind? A world where medical professionals chase cash while real patients are left behind? If that's the case, someone might want to ask if she's buying beachfront property in the desert, because we're not falling for it. And let's not pretend the doctors are the only ones at fault here. This scandal screams of deep-rooted rot in the healthcare system itself. Insurance companies? Please, they're no saviors. They slash coverage, spike premiums, and now, allegedly, get taken for a ride by the very people gaming their loopholes. It's a ruthless game, and who suffers the most? The everyday patients, just trying to recover, trapped in a system that keeps letting them down.
Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there. So, but if she didn't really know what was going on, right, which is what she's probably going to say later, oh, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is. But I think it's pretty freaking ironic.
Yeah. I have a totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips. I know you do.
It's like
twice a
day.
Here's all I hear from her. America's violent. America's racist. America's bad. Okay. I challenge you, Sonny. And this is Constantine Kissin actually was saying something about this.
Find me a country that's not racist.
As for Sunny, she might want to start rehearsing a new catchphrase for her viewers. The healthcare system's a mess, and so is my personal life. But hey, who needs a squeaky clean reputation when fans keep clapping no matter how chaotic it gets? Let's just cross our fingers this case doesn't stretch on forever. Because honestly, the suspense is nerve-wracking. Dr. Host hasn't been found guilty yet, but the charges? They're massive. And with each delay, The View starts looking like a peaceful escape in comparison. Who would have thought the juiciest scandal tied to The View wouldn't come from fiery politics, but from racketeering, phantom surgeries, and a wife who may be silently weighing if divorce is cheaper than total financial collapse? And so, here we are. Sunny Hostin once had the perfect setup: daytime TV fame, a bold voice, and all the spotlight she could want. But now, she's stuck in one of the wildest scandals television's ever seen. All she can do now is stay calm, pray for a quick verdict, and hope she won't be forced to auction off her View seat to cover the bills. As for Dr. Host, buckle up, because this courtroom roller coaster is far from over. Will he somehow walk away unscathed, like it never happened? Or is this the crash that demolishes everything? The kind of downfall that ends not in a hospital lounge, but in a stiff courtroom seat. The suspense is intense. 1 minute, he's denying everything, and the next, boom! Another jaw-dropping twist explodes. This case has more drama than a season finale. It just won't quit. At this rate, don't be shocked if Dr. Host strolls into court like a movie villain, rocking a leather jacket and shades, shouting, "This is just the beginning." But honestly, no one knows where this is headed. With every new headline, we're hooked. Did he really think a multi-million-dollar scam would go unnoticed? It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You can't look away. And Sunny? She's not out of the storm either. Sure, she can keep sharing her opinions on The View, but eventually, this tidal wave is going to crash right into her carefully built image. Will Dr. Host dodge justice? Will he be celebrating with champagne and filet mignon? Or are we heading straight into more madness? Hidden deals, surprise witnesses, and courtroom theatrics pulled from thin air? Spoiler alert: if you're expecting a sweet, tidy ending, think again. This isn't some fluffy courtroom series. It's messy, wild, and more outrageous than anything a screenwriter could imagine. Because, let's face it, this isn't the bold and the beautiful. It's the brutal and the bankrupt. Fewer love triangles, way more knee surgeries, and a scandal we'll be talking about for years to come.